Running a multi-day tour looks effortless from the outside, and all your guests see is the beautiful scenery, the smooth transitions, the perfectly timed meals. What they don't see is everything that had to happen behind the scenes to make sure everything works, right? Before the trip, someone had to collect the payments, gather dietary requirements, confirm suppliers and send rooming lists and dietary requirements, and generally just get all the right documents to the right people. And then during the trip, things can change, and your team has to communicate all those changes fast. After the trip, you also need to follow up, ask for reviews, and start the whole cycle again. Now multiply that by every tour you're running, and every stakeholder involved in each one. There's lots of communication. And if you're managing it manually across emails to clients and suppliers, spreadsheets to keep track of what's been sent, what the status is, and of course, all those phone calls, something's going to fall through the cracks. Here's what the communication web of a single multi-day actually looks like. You've got your customers. They need booking confirmations, payment due notifications, info to prepare for the trip, and any updates you're going to give them. Maybe you'll introduce them to your mobile itinerary app, and of course those post-trip follow-ups I mentioned earlier. Your suppliers, your hotels, activity providers, meal providers, and those transfer companies all need booking details and schedule information at the right time. Your guides, well, they need run sheets, customer lists, rooming lists, and any gear specs beforehand that before they head out on the trip. And if you work with travel agents, they need updates on their clients too. So 4 different groups, 3 different phases of the trip, and none of them need the same information. The truth is, most operators are handling this with a patchwork of tools. Emails are typed manually, data's copied from one system and pasted into another. Does that sound familiar? Documents are sent individually, and every time someone does that by hand, there's a chance of a mistake, a wrong date, maybe a mismatched booking, documents just aren't sent, or you miss the supplier cutoff for those forward room bookings, or maybe a guide is working off an old list. This adds risk to your business, guys, and your reputation, and it ends up being a real cost, not just the time, but in fixing errors, if they can be fixed at all. So what's the solution? Well, of course, a connected communication system solves this by pulling the right data into each message automatically. In Odyssey, your templates are linked to your trip data. So passenger names, the exact dates, the hotel bookings, all the payment details, they are populated automatically. So every email that goes out is accurate, it's personal, and it's consistent messaging without your team having to type any of it. So you set up your communication schedule once, then the system sends what needs to go out, when it needs to go out, across the whole journey, pre-trip, during the trip, and post-trip. So you can control the communications manually, or you can automate some or all of it. It's up to you. And it doesn't just handle the timing, you can attach documents directly from your trip data, so like itineraries or waivers to your customer, your supplier rooming lists, or client details summaries to your guides. They go with the right email to the right person at the right time. A few things worth knowing about how this works in practice though, guys. Your emails go out under your brand with your logo and your images and your style. So the experience your guests have with your communication matches the experience they're going to have on the tour itself, right? It starts with those communications. You will look professional. And after all, it is a world-class experience you are aiming to give your customers. Your suppliers will love you for the attention to detail, and you've just made your guide's job so much easier. You can track every email, you'll know who opened it and who clicked the link and who hasn't responded yet. If someone hasn't returned their waiver form, for example, you can see whether they've opened the email, and then you can target your follow-up accordingly. And when a customer or supplier replies to an automated email from Odyssey, it will come straight back to your regular email box. So the conversation stays neutral even when the system is doing the heavy lifting. So this is what a proper communication system looks like for a multi-day tour operation. Not just a way to send emails faster, it's a connected workflow that keeps every stakeholder informed, reduces the manual work, and removes the errors that can come with it. So we've put together a full breakdown of this in our latest blog, including a set of free master communication templates you can download and use to audit your own setup, or use them in your own communications. That's fine as well. So the link's in the description. Go have a look, and if you've got any questions, just reach out and we're more than happy to have a chat. Thanks.